Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So I got a question about management. This is where software developers go to die, right? So anyway, I'm going to summarize a little bit of this, but let's see here. I'm trying to think about how to summarize this down. Well, let's just start from the beginning here. So he says, I'm here writing you with a topic that I've never ever talked to anyone about. I'm getting sort of sick by being stressed and thinking about it all the time. I'm turning to you for some advice, and maybe I can finally settle and relax. I'm 28. I've been in software development for the past decade. I started working with computers when I was 12. I did major math in school, then graduated with both bachelor's and master's in computer science. I also hold an MBA and love economics and management. So he goes on to say he's done desktop mobile development, been promoted to team lead, done software architecture, and then one day everything changed. I was offered an upper management position in a different company and I accepted it. All of a sudden, I found myself doing zero coding and dealing with people and projects on a daily basis instead. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm actually really good with people. I'm a great leader, and this isn't something only I say, but everyone else has ever worked for me, okay? The problem is me, though. I'm not sure if this is for me. I'm not one of those people who would want to get into management for a bigger paycheck. I want to be happy at my job and feel like coding makes me feel happier. I love creating, solving problems, and coding them. On the other hand, I want to own my own business one day. So basically, I thought accepting this offer would enable me to practice more people skills and gain experience in that direction. It's the dilemma that's killing me. Sometimes I felt like my development skills are not that great, so maybe I'm better in management. Other times, I just felt that I wanted to do coding because that's what gets me excited. I want to choose one and dive into the other, but I can't choose because it seems like I'm sort of good at both. I'm worried that one day I may realize that management is not really for me, and then I find myself distanced from coding and incompetent in the market. On one hand, I want to be able to pass technical interviews if necessary. On the other hand, I'm thinking I can pass managerial position interviews if need be, right? I'm stuck in the middle. So I think this is a problem that a lot of people face in a lot of different ways, not just this management thing. Certainly in development space, right? A lot of software developers become managers, and then, I did this to some degree, became like a team lead. And even as I started doing more in the simple programmer realm, I was coding less. And so what I tried to do for a while is I tried to straddle the fence. I tried to be trying to do the management stuff and the leadership and business stuff and trying to code at the same time and keeping my skills up in both. And it's exhausting and it's stressful and you can never devote your energy to one. And it didn't work out, and I found, at least in my career, I would always get pulled into positions of mentorship or leadership or teaching, even though I just want to sit down and code, right? And so so finally I had to make this decision. I had to say, look, I'm not going to be very effective at either if I'm not willing to commit to one path, right? If I keep on straddling this fence, if I keep on trying to keep up all my programming skills and trying to make sure that I'm coding 90% of my day, but then I want to be in leadership and management positions, or I want to do other things in the software development field, then I'm going to have to give up one. I'm going to have to compromise on both of those. So this is what I would recommend that you do: is you pick one. You just decide, am I going to go full into the management side, or am I going to go full into the coding side? And there's career advancement in both. Obviously you can go up in management and you can become an executive, or you can run your own business. Or on the coding side, you can become kind of like a senior fellow. There's a lot of companies that have high-level architect positions, and you can do that. But what will suck and always torment you is if you don't make this choice. If you try to straddle this line, we tend to try and try to hedge our bets, right? And it's not a good. You got to take the risk. You got to go full into one, and because you're never going to be as good as you could, if you're never playing full out, right? You got to play full out. So figure out which one you're going to do, and it doesn't matter which one you choose, but play it full out and don't worry, don't take the risk. If you wanted to switch directions, then you could switch directions and just play full out the other direction, but whatever you choose, you got to go full that direction. So many people make the mistake of not going full out, and instead they end up being mediocre in both things, and so that's not the place that you want to be. I can tell that. If you want to run your own business, that's going to be a totally different thing. And you have to understand, like, that if you go this route, I thought when I was first bringing a simple programmer up and really getting this business going and going full-time into this, that I'd still be coding like 20% of the time or whatever. And I code 0% of the time now, pretty much. So, but I had to make that choice. I had to realize that I have to give this up if I want to take this to where it goes. And I'm happy with that choice. But I would be really unhappy right now if I were still feeling guilty about not coding, or feel like I had to be coding right now. So I'm sure that you're in the same type of situation. So you're going to feel a lot better when you finally make a decision, but make a decision and don't look back. Just go for it and know that that's the right thing. And you can always make different decisions later. That's the other thing. It's not like you'll never be able to make another choice in your life. If you someday want to go back and become a coder, then do that, and do that 100%. If you go the management route, but don't do what you're doing right now, which is, it's just going to stress you out. It's double the work, and it's not going to benefit you at all. So anyway, great question. Huge dilemma to be in, but it's an easily solvable problem if you'll just commit to one direction. And again, this doesn't just apply to this decision. So many places, so many decisions in our career and life, we want both. We don't want to just commit to one thing. You know those kind of people who are straddling the fence, and you don't trust them, and you know that they're wasting their life because they could be really great, but they're choosing to be good in multiple things and sacrificing being great in one thing. And great is so much better than good. So anyway, hopefully this helps you. If you have a question for me, email me at john@simpleprogrammer.com. And if you like this video, subscribe. Take care.